Post-Truth. Post-Truth.
One of the newest and most exciting words of 2016 is post-truth. Now, what does it mean? Post-truth means relating to or denoting circumstances in which objective facts are less influential in shaping public opinion than appeals to emotion and personal belief. Can we just put it in plain English for the rest of us?
Post-truth is more gut feeling. It's more that squishy preference for what you hope the truth is. A little bit like truthiness that Stephen Colbert coined in 2005. So we're moving away from statistics and objective truths to more the hearts and the minds of the population.
Some would argue that post-truth belongs purely to the factual rather than the faith, because you cannot say with absolute certainty that there is God. I can believe it, and I can hope that others believe to the same degree that I do, but the fact is no one can be 100% certain. That's the whole extraordinary thing about the religion. However, we can be certain that some communities mislead others to their own end, their own benefit. And that's where the post-truth era is really relevant to Judaism.
Calls for concerted non-violent action to isolate Israel, as was done to apartheid South Africa.
And that's simply not true. There is no apartheid in Israel. You won't see Muslims being forced to sit in seats in a bus that they don't wish to sit in.
The BDS movement has empowered people across the world to take effective action against Israel. Trade unions, student groups, churches, academics, cultural figures, and social movements are joining together to make an impact. Already, because of BDS, Israeli export companies are complaining that it is getting harder to export their products, and grassroots action has prevented Israeli ships from docking at ports around the world.
So not only will people believe that there is an apartheid regime in Israel, but they'll also believe that they can take action in a particular way which slows down the growth of the country and denigrates the people in it. Well, frankly, the world's going to wake up to this at some point. Hopefully the concept of post-truth will ring large and people will start making decisions based on actual facts. Go to Israel yourself and see for yourself the type of life that is being promoted there. Anti-Semitism, of course, is probably one of the most extraordinary examples of post-truth that we see, because most of what we see dug up by those that would want us dead are complete lies.
I don't believe that every single Jew is promoting evil, but it is very clear to me that although people argue because Jews cured polio and have so many Nobel Prizes, that they contribute more positive things to our society than negatives. The Jews bring with them a unique destructive force. And you know, there are evil people in every race, but there is no race that is as destructive as the Jew.
So when we hear children speaking in a post-truth world where they simply repeat the words that they hear from others, it worries us the most. It gives us the gravest cause for concern, because these are the potential murderers of tomorrow.
Filling young minds with the idea that there can be no peace with those people. Anti-Semitism alienates young, secular Israelis and drives young Muslims to this. A suicide bomb in a beach cafe that leaves a French waitress and a Muslim boy from Hounslow dead. These are the words of Basmala, aged 3.5.
سأجعل من جسدي قنبلة أفجر بها أجساد الصهاينة من أبناء القردة والخنازير.
And these are the words of Hamas suicide bomber Mahmoud Mamash, aged 21. Terrible words from a terrible old hatred.
Shul under siege, and a war has broken out between the Sydney Beth Din, that's the New South Wales highest Jewish court in the land, and Caulfield South, which is a synagogue in Victoria. Now, I don't know much about this story, the facts involved, and of course I rely on the Jewish news and other Jewish media to give me the facts if I choose to look for them. What this story didn't explain to me was why the Sydney Beth Din was involved, and it looked from what I could see, that this rabbi, who's the rabbi of Caulfield South...
Never rebuke someone when you are so angry with them that you can't stand them.
Yaakov is a member of the Beth Din here in Melbourne, so clearly there'd be a conflict of interest for him if he was to seek a ruling from then about a matter which, as I say, I don't really completely understand. But I feel that the press needs to perhaps step up with all the facts in front of the story. And that may be a dot-pointed approach to the way we receive news, but I think editorializing a story almost before we know all of the facts is a little dangerous, at least in my hands, because I can be very easily misled. Let's finish with a story from the Happy Minyan, and this is actually a true story.
I'm Lisa Tuffler. I'm on the board of the Happy Minyan, and I'm a proud member of the Happy Minyan. As a wife and working mother of 4, my weeks can get a little hectic.
You're going to jail, punk.
Thank God for Shabbos. It gives me a break from the same old routine of the week. Shabbos at the Happy Minyan brings a little excitement into my life. Gets my adrenaline pumping.
Help, police! Hey, Sarge, I got this.
Take care of it. Feel sorry for this guy.
Listen, a job's just a job. But when I get to the Happy Minyan, I get to cut loose and really connect with everyone.
You're under arrest, dirtbag. You're the right remain silent. Blah, 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 blah.
What are you, some kind of super cop?
I'm really a wife and mother first. Anyone who knows me knows I'm a warm and fuzzy mush of a person. That's really funny.